needs to be milked. If you milk them later in the evening, they can be milked later in the morning, and vice versa.
I feel like I'm learning something right now, so... I learned more from you just now than I did listening to that entire draft analysis. I'm kidding. As we go into this game, I'm actually super excited about this offlane out because I know that these European players, they study the NA pubs. And just the other day, I had a rank 300 guy rush Ags for me on offlane out and just feed it to me. I was so farmed. It felt so good. You get the stats from it now. So not only do you get the Ags upgrade, but you got a Troll Warlord, you got a Void Spear, you got 2 pretty damn good Ag Scepter carriers on your team. So let's ignore that they might be. We can't fight into this Acid Spray, actually.
No.
I was thinking about this. One of the most potent Shadow Shaman combos is Tidehunter right now because of the Gush minus armor. And that is 4 minus armor. And since they realize that's a potent lane duo, why not Acid Spray for the 4 minus armor on the offlane? I don't think Weehaw can actually do what he wants to do in terms of bullying 33 through that damage output. Like, the physical damage alone is so high.
No, I will agree. I think this combo is actually going to be really potent, and it'll be interesting to see that Alk is able to play a lane against one of his classic nemesis and in Ursa. I guess things really do change in Dota, but
yeah, Ursa used to be really powerful level 1, and then they nerfed the crap out of early level Fury swipes. So I think that being the case, Ursa's the same hero against Alk as he always was once you get like level 5-ish. But before then, I think Alk should have no problem getting his foot off the ground here, as Biver is going to block the camps. The panel did talk about how Kuroki could do a really good job of deterring this aggression, but notice how Biver's blocking the small and 33 blocked the large. So they are fully aware of this and doing exactly what they need to do to get off to the start they need top.
Yeah, willing to put his body on the line. Biver cops a decent amount of damage, but 33. He's got to be careful here. Start charging up the stun. He'll get it to max out, and now that the Shadow Shaman is here, Weehaw, he's maybe has to just go back to his tower, pop that healing salve out of his backpack, and heal up, because that's a lot of damage.
Is that the build on Alchemist? Obviously, 33 has probably played this more than I have. I just feel like you don't have enough mana to use these spells. He's already out of mana, minute 40 into the lane.
I believe he's also going to get an early bottle, right? That's what I've seen from the offlane Alchemists. But he's actually going to Earth.
He's already got the Earn components flying out to him. Huh. I'm very confused. Is he gonna have to go base? Is he electing to stay here? He has the Mango and a Sage's Mask. Because a salve on those shadows. No salve on Biver.
Really? Okay. 9. He's got a Fairy Fire. He's okay. A little bit of close call. I think
they could have just chilled a bit here in this lane and kept acid spraying it out because Ursa can't fight into you. But instead, that is not what's happening. And now the big camp has spawned due to the death of Biver and 33 being low. So suddenly this might be a complete disaster top. We'll have to see. I think it only gets worse as the levels for both heroes get accrued.
Oh, an impale from the trees, GH. A surprise opener there manages to get a very big kill. And it makes this top lane look even worse as a
Miracle.
result.
Oh.
33. He's going to have to juke upwards because Weehaw, he's below him. They know where he's at. He's going to TP back to the base. Oh, Brian, this is this feels like one of those things that you've only practiced once or twice, you know? Because I mean, you're right. Them choosing to fight this Ursa has made this lane totally spiral out of control for them now.
Yeah, they just had to stick to the discipline of shoving in the lane and blocking the camps. I think that was going to work really well for them. I'm very surprised they differentiated from that game plan because the Alp got like the first 8 CS in lane, and now he's gotten like 0 cents. So I'm not sure what they are trying to make happen that I'm not understanding here.
Hey, 33's back, and just like that, Biver is being immediately pressured. He's probably going to have to leave lane or probably will get killed out of this lane. As once again, we're just left with one man solo against 2. As they just continue to cycle heroes in and out from this aggression between Kuro and Wee. Miracle.
He is going straight Ag Scepter though. On 33. Brown Boots Ag Scepter queued up, so he understands. This Troll Warlord Aghanim Scepter is going to be incredibly potent. Maybe the Void Spirit Ags? I'm not sure.
Oh, 9. He was really hoping to dodge that impale. Fortunately, Miracle saw that TP coming in, as he did morph strength just a little bit towards the tail end of that. Managed to keep his regeneration in his bottle, so he's going to be looking pretty healthy now.
Yeah, take notes, guys. If you want to play Morphling, you have to be willing to sit at 1 HP while you're chasing people in order to fully optimize the hero's damage output. That is why I, with my boomer hands, no longer play this hero as Kuroki. Who's killing who here?
Well, it seems like 33's not killing either one of them because he split up his spells. I thought he was going to just all in and say, okay, support for support.
That would have been a pretty big kill if they got Kuroki there, because he would have gotten 2 urn charges.
Yeah,
but
and he might have gotten level 4 in time for the bounty runes. Instead, maybe all the bounties are going to go to Nigma here, as they're going to battle it out. The Nyx Assassin Beastmaster securing the bottom lane.
Yeah, the positive is they are doing very well for Tundra bottom lane. They are 27-9 to the 14-2 of the Beastmaster. Troll is one of the best lane counters in the game, if not the best, to Beastmaster. The Whirling Axe mischance on all the physical damage, the high armor against the physical damage. Nine actually gets level 6 before Miracle, which is interesting in and of itself, due to the fact that he is 0-1 while Miracle is the one that got the kill earlier.
Yeah, he's got 10 more CS. Like, he doesn't have that many more denies, but he does have 10 more CS. So I wonder if there was a time where Morphling just missed out on a bit of experience.
Yeah, maybe GH being in the mid lane a couple times just soaked a couple creeps, and that's the difference maker, but yeah, it is peculiar. As they are really trying to pick on 9 here. Weehop feels perfectly fine top. The problem with what happened top is it allows Kuroki to do whatever he wants. So the fact that 9 just got a kill there is so huge, because I've experienced this playing against the likes of Dubu, where he wins a safe lane, and then he just runs at you in every other lane with this Enchantress. So if they can fend off this early aggression, the disaster top lane isn't as nearly as bad as it would be otherwise.
GH, nice little sidestep there. Doesn't hit by the Stroke of Fate, nor the Remnant. Still gonna die, but it's gonna cost 9 so much of his time here. The rest of his haste room used up.
Top lane, there is net 0 pressure coming out from 33, so there has to be a lot of space being made in the other 2 lanes. And at least they've kind of just abandoned him and decided we're going to play around our strong cores. As long as they can shut down the momentum of the Beastmaster and the Enchantress early game, then this Alchemist should be able to get Ags at a decent time. But the problem is you are dealing with an absolutely free farm, uncontested Ursa. And that is not something you necessarily want to be dealing with like 18 minutes into the game, I'd say, when you get the Battle Fury plus the next item. Does have the treads.
Yeah, where does this Alchemist go? Like, I feel like this Ursa is
back to the drawing board, Cap. Back to the drawing board. That's where he goes.
Brian, what happened to all that promise of European?
Nah, he's gonna get this Zag Scepter, and his teammates are gonna carry him.
Oh, okay.
He started leveling the Greevil's Greed. Void Spirit's already sacrificing his own game a little bit, but suddenly he's gonna get injected with 4,200 net worth. And 9's gonna be ahead of the track instead of behind it already at that stage. So what's the timer on this Ag Scepter for 33? I'd give it like 16 minutes based on how bad his start is, something like that.
8-minute power runes coming in. Miracle hoping it's top. It's not. It's bottom. An illusion rune. GH is holding that one for him. GH has been playing with pretty much no experience, as that man's still level 2, and Kuro, who's just barely level 3, goes down again. 9 on a dominating streak.
So my question, Cap, is if you were reviewing an Overwatch case, and you didn't know the MMRs or names of any of the players, and you saw 33, what would you rule?
Listen, I am a man who is down. Oh, is he gonna get it? Is he gonna get it? Oh,
no net.
No net. Oh dear. Let me just say, I'm down for anything.
What would Judge Cap do here?
In NA, we have techies players who you know, techie spammers, I should say, who try and make mid techies work. And you know what? I've won with them before. So, you know, I'm under the no-tail philosophy. Anything can work when it comes to Dota. Just some things don't work very well.
What if you had the full context that this guy 10th picked out? You know, it was the last pick for the team. And then you see top.
The marker is literally in the draft time. You just go immediately to a last pick Alchemist, and you look on the other side.
You got the last pick Alch, and then you show the laning stage, but nothing more. You don't show the acceptors, you just show the laning phase, you know? Could we tilt the court case in a biased manner enough to get him convicted here?
All I'm going to say is that if people really want to get successful reports, they got to be smarter about their reports, man. They got to do what you're talking about.
Not good. Yeah. It's all about the facts you present. You can lie by withholding information, Cap. As Nigma has now elected to pick on the safe lane. Skeeter's already dipped out, though. Miracle could be in some trouble if he gets chain netted.
Well,
body blocks.
So far, he's been kind of lucky here and actually picks up a haste rune at the bottom lane. Doesn't get netted whatsoever. Skeeter's just not feeling it, man.
He's got to work on those procs. Last game he was playing PA, now he's playing Troll. He's clearly got practice on these proc heroes that rely on getting that little bit of RNG to help secure kills. And Skeeter, he's looking rusty so far.
Yeah, poor guy. Let his team down in game one with that non-BKB usage, and now non-ensnaring form either. 33.
Okay, so the real question, Cap. Who gets the first axe? Is it Void Spirit or Troll Warlord?
I mean, is the cleanse really that good this game? I feel like the silence is more powerful.
Yeah, I can get behind that too. It's probably the Void Spirit, but you don't usually want the Ags before the level 15, right?
Yeah, that would be true. And I would also say I feel like Yule's into Ags is a little bit more natural. Skeeter's looking to be able to run him down here. Wee's already popped us in rage, and he does get stunned up by that ink. And yeah, he hops out of that wards, but he's not going anywhere. Chained down by Skeeter. Biver's probably going to be dying to the boars, and the Necronomicon.
That's a huge kill. They forced out Roar. They killed this free farming Ursa. Like, he was #1 net worth on Team Nigma. And I've played this matchup. Ursa versus Troll sucks. Like, as the game goes on for Ursa. Like, you don't want to be the Ursa. You kind of get forced to run away consistently as 9 is being hyper aggressive in the top lane, forcing out a TP, but he might have gone a little bit too deep.
Yeah, he's got 5 seconds for that astral step. His remnant's coming up, so it looks like he should be okay.
That's 6 space, man. This is actually so much space.
Yeah.
Because you are effectively farming a Void Spirit or a Troll with Grievel's Greed, right? Like, that's effectively what's happening right now.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, you got to find some way to make a greedy lineup like this work. And Tundra, once again, are going around a strategy of being on Radiant's side and playing for their triangle. And it's working out okay for them. I mean, they're... I don't really know how to read net worth lead because it's not an alchemist. It's an alchemist game, but it's a 3-position alchemist game. So I don't.
This is not an alchemist game. Synderin would not call this an alchemist game.
But his definition of an alchemist game is a game with an alchemist in it, Brian. Is this or is this not a game with an alchemist in it?
I can't argue that.
Then it's an alchemist game.
But I got nothing. I actually can't argue this. I got nothing. No response from me.
All right, well, the excitement
isn't
builds.
going on the Alc. So,
yeah.
You know, the net worth, that, like you said, it's pretty misleading when you think about an alchemist in the game. So it's not a normal alchemist game, even though it's got an alchemist in the game. I think that would be Synderin's professional analysis. As Bivers, he's got wards for top. If they can manage, yeah, they're going to get this tier 1, it looks like. It's already pretty low. They might have to drop the wards. They're being a bit greedy here.
Yeah.
But no vendetta for GH.
I mean, instead, the tower looks like it's going to get denied. But they may catch the supports on their way out here. They're going to drop the ward and instantly catch the Nyx Assassin. Great use of an Observer ward to be able to spot this, but unfortunately didn't chain the disables well enough.
Oh, I didn't have his Orchid yet. Just got it delivered.
That's rough. Well,
33. He's got the Acceptor. I estimated 16 minutes, but he's way ahead of my schedule. 14 minutes despite how bad that lane was.
Yeah, I mean, he's been able to stack up the Ancients constantly, and I feel like Nigma haven't been putting the same kind of pressure that they were in game 1 of invading this triangle and trying to catch this guy. And 33, he's making a break for it right now. Grab that point booster, hand it over to 9.
He's suddenly got 1,500 health. Ag Scepter Orchid, 4 Void Spirit at 14 minutes. Usually you get to choose between those two, but he's got both.
Yeah, how do you even...
Did I mention you get the stats?
They're going to be able to go for the Morphling here, and he's going to be silenced for so long. They've got like 20 seconds of silence between the Grimstroke, 9 having an Orchid, and his double Resonant Pulse silences.
This timing's actually insane. As 33 really not committing to the build. He's actually queuing up treads as opposed to a second Aghanim Scepter.
Oh, shame. Well, you got to be a hero, right? You can't just literally pass out Aghanim Scepters.
I don't know. If you represent that silence, is the silence and second charge of Resonant Pulse equivalent to an offlaner at this stage in the game?
I mean, as an offlaner, I'm going to say no. I hope not. I hope that's not all I am. It's
been too long since you played in my games, Cap.
That's true.
I feel like in most of my games, I'd rather have a Void Spirit with a free Ags than an actual offlaner in my game.
Aren't you an offlaner too now, Brian?
Exactly.
Fair enough. All right, well, he's going to go Witch's Blade next, or potentially Boots of Travel. We'll see which one he grabs on the side of 9. Meanwhile, I mean, let's talk about Nigma. They got to do something, right? They got to start taking more objectives than just that bottom tower. I feel like we got to take mid tower. We got to start putting some pressure on that triangle. Or are they okay? Is it perfectly fine for them just to passively farm with a Morph Ursa against this
I'll be honest. I have legit no idea like who wins this game later on. Because you've got 2 cores who heavily benefit from Ags, and they're going to get them for free. But then you just don't have an offlaner. So you're dealing with 2 cores that are... like their effectiveness is highly accentuated, but then you're like, is it enough to bridge the gap of having only 2 instead of 3? I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I feel like I'm in a lose-lose scenario here because if Tundra loses with this, we will only have the 2 games and we'll get to see game 3. But if they win,
sucks, and the memes will be dead. Yes.
But if we win, Owen is going to be playing a lot more of his Factory Alchemist, and that is not good for me either. So.
Yeah, that seems like a real quality of life, like negative EV play there for you. I don't know.
Good pick off by Weehaw here in this bottom lane as they do have full control of this area. Now it looks like we are going to have a move from Mind Control towards that mid tower. As, hey, Biver, guess what, buddy? The whole zoo's coming for you.
I like the wards. I like this. He's going to kill some summons.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that gold. Those summons are worth more than he is.
Yeah, he got 300 gold. They got 280. Totally worth it.
Tower defended.
Uh-oh, JJ, you got to update your thing. The Serpent Wards killed the minions, therefore they didn't go on the board.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
An Aether Lens now for our Shadow Shaman. Thank you, JJ.
Skeeter's going to have Ag Scepter Sanjanyasha timing pretty soon here, as 33 is... like you said, the Factory Alchemist, huh? I like that term. It seems... It's like a euphemism, you know? It sounds way better than it actually is.
Mind Control, he sees him with the Hawks, so he's going to have the opening. Once again, Biver is going to die pretty quickly. No spell is being cast this time around. But not enough of an opening for Nigma to fully take that tier 1 tower that's just kind of blocking their way right now.
The panel did mention Alk's really good at defending this mid tower.
Yeah.
And so far, they've done a really good job of this, as now they've kind of traded places with Skeeter, the one that's farming up a storm, elects to actually go for a BKB rather than the full Sanjanyasha. E-Blade done a miracle. Maybe that was what triggered him to do so. Even if you are able to dispel it with your Whirling Axes, that's still
that's a big opening.
Damage.
That's a big opening, and almost enough to kill him, but not quite. The shotgun combination.
That Ag Scepter raw HP.
Yeah.
Last patch, he would have died there.
That is true. Yeah, Void Spirit is normally rather squishy. You catch him with 1 disable, very likely he's dead, but with an early Aghanim Scepter like this, man.
He's also got the Nether Shawl. So even more effective HP against that Morphling Burst. As the Ursa Beastmaster, yes, it's a lot of physical. It seems like that -3 armor might be a bit dangerous for him. But the burst damage he's experiencing is mostly going to be the Morphling and the Nyx pure damage from Vendetta. So as long as he doesn't get caught by Roar, which is probably means he's going to die anyway, then this Nether Shawl will make his survivability against these pickoffs just drastically higher. It's pretty much saving his life there, I think.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
All right, they're just going to go for a Roshan straight up.
Yeah, they see Beastmaster bottom. You can either elect to shut down that pressure or just take an objective of your own, and the Acid Spray minus armor.
I mean, the sad part is it looks like Nigma are going to try and put a stop to this Roshan, but they're way too slow to get here, so they effectively do neither. He doesn't get to take that tier 2 bottom or anything. It looks like he's going to try and poke at the mid tower just a bit with some of his summons, but otherwise, that was totally free Roshan for Tundra. And now, maybe an opening here. They're going to try and blow up 33 real quickly, and they do manage to do so. And Rage is going to be popped here as they try and back away, but the Soulbind catching the two of them together. Double silence up as well. 9 laying out some good amount of damage, with 33 coming in with a buyback with a minus armor. It might just be enough, and yes, Miracle does die. Weehaw, though, pumping it out with the BKB. Goes for Skeeter first. Claims him. Fada's up next. One swipe should do the trick. Biver given an extra bit of movement speed by the Inkswell is going to allow him to get away from the Ursa, but 9, he is being hunted right now and is out of Astral Steps. Gets up to the high ground. They no longer want to chase him, though. They just want to take this mid tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Okay, that was a pretty important fight for Nigma there. This Aegis for Void Spirit could have been a pretty serious momentum shift in Tundra's favor, but now he does have to be wary of the Nyx Assassin on the map since he doesn't have that second life, but he sees him and misses the Remnant, though. And instantly TPs. Is it soon enough, though? Not even close. He had that calculated.
Was
Look at Kuroki
right there.
Holding the... There was 9 creeps top, and he was just holding the creep wave outside of tower range until Miracle respawned.
That's a G.
Wow. I wish I had a Kuroki.
Yeah, we all wish we had a Kuroki in our life, but sadly, there's only one, Brian.
In the future, that might not be a limitation we have to deal with.
You know, Brian, you ever think you could have made it pro if you just had a clone of 4 more of you? And you just made
Not 4 more of me, but if I had like a Puppy and a Kuroki and maybe like a Zai and, you know, like a Nisha, I think I could probably take it. I don't think I'm too heavy. I'd probably make like 5th place at the major or something.
Yeah. Just let them
give
do all the
me
work.
like Razor safe lane and I just won't feed.
Okay. Already one step ahead. All right, I can make that joke because they won that game. I can make that joke because they won the game. I love Weehaw.
I was baiting you in Twitch chat on that one. That one was like so low hanging that there's just no way you.
Yeah, it was pretty much already in my hand. I could not pluck it at that point. 8-13, 22 minutes in. A very even net worth game, but as Brian was kind of alluding to earlier, we're not really sure what that means with the 3 Alchemists. Is that bad for Tundra because they have an Alchemist on their team and even net worth is usually bad for that? Is it fine because he's giving away these Aghanim Scepters? Is Skeeter, well, it's going to be real bad if he gets caught here before his BKB is picked up. Fortunately, he had the game read to back up just in time. Fada with his one-man smoke stroke of fate play. Kills 1 creep wave before he has to TP out.
I always see those situations in pro matches and I'm like, does he realize he was half a second from just dying right there? Like, does he realize it? I know he knows he had to get out, but are they at all fully aware of how close that actually was? I don't know.
I would have to guess no. No, nobody should be leaving it to that close of margins.
Yeah, I have to imagine the awareness is there, but you don't intend to be that close. As 33, as the factory, it's producing. He's got another Ag Scepter.
Pumping out the second Aghanim Scepter, but maybe it's a tad too late here as the initiation is already out in the mid lane. Fada with his BKB has killed 1, but it wasn't really that big. Skeeter is immediately going to be E-bladed up as he tries to pop his ultimate. The Void Spear turned around by Miracle is going to be able to kill Skeeter. Very nicely played by Miracle, granting them the double kill. And now, maybe even a little bit more as they're going to dive on into this. 33 trying to crawl back slowly but surely, but a Primal Roar will stop him in his tracks. Triple kill for Miracle as they look to take down this tier 2.
That Ag Scepter from 33, if it had been like 10 seconds sooner, that E-Blade on the Troll during his ultimate would have been dispelled, and Miracle might have died. So that was really close, and really well played by Nigma to capitalize on beating the offlane Alchemist second Ag Scepter timing. I'm sure they were going for it.
Yeah, they seem to know it like clockwork, like the back of their hand. I mean, to be fair,
I will say they did play offlane Alch, I think.
Yeah,
on DPC.
They absolutely did, and I'm sure they played it in some scrims before that. So I'm sure they're well aware of what kind of timings they're looking at here. As Tundra are going to start pushing out as they pick off at bottom lane by Miracle. He's not here in this fight. Tundra, they got to get something done here, but it's taking so long just to kill Kuro of all people. Skeeter. He's going to go ahead and cleanse off that slow from the Necronomicon. He's going to start running down Mind Control, but Miracle is now back into play after getting that kill bottom lane. He's here, and he's hoping to be able to get a kill onto 9. Jump away, TP out. Nice play by 9, but we are almost there for Tundra, it feels like. We're just about to get that BKB on the Troll with his Aghanim Scepter. I feel like at that point, BSJ, they have to start winning fights.
Yeah, I think I want to take a screenshot of this net worth distribution.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this, man. The team that's losing has the 2 highest net worths and an offlaner that's bottom of the
I just want to say, like, I feel like this is a bit disrespectful to 33 skills as a player. Like, this guy is amazing. But, like, I could do this job of hitting creeps and pumping out Aghanim Scepters for
Trust me, if you need somebody to feed in lane and then farm all game, I'm your man. Dude, I'm down.
Well, yeah, BSJ, he's ready to go. BKB gonna be bought by Skeeter. Hex goes out. Double shackles. What a big hit. Nigma definitely overstepping their bounds in this fight as 9 gets himself stuck onto the cliff. A little bit of RTZ cosplay, but it's fine. Skeeter will hand it for you, or maybe he won't.
He's not gonna live, is he? Oh, no.
He's gonna get away because 9 was not able to help out with that fight. Oh, dear.
After all that, they get a Nyx. That looked so good.
Yeah, that soulbind into double shackles. It was beautiful. And then where did 9 go? He just astral stepped himself straight up there. A one-way ticket up.
Yeah, when Ursa, Troll, Morphling, these heroes, you just have to commit 100% of your damage onto them. Make sure they do not live with a sliver, because if Troll gets his ulti off, Ursa gets his ulti off, Morphling gets that attribute shift, suddenly this target that is 100 HP is just going to live. And then they just get a free kill on the Grimstroke. Map control seems like it's still in favor of Nigma, as that's the 10-second BKB timing for Skeeter. That's a pretty important timing for him to hit. And
all right,
they're actually going for the Ag Shard now on 33.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's time to diversify our production. We're going to start pumping out some Berserk potions for people, which that is very good for a Troll, no doubt.
What's the cooldown on it, like 30 seconds?
Can't say that I know. Doesn't actually say on the skill set, so.
Gotta love the beta tooltips here.
Yes.
If they smoke up, do they see it with the Hawk? They do. Nigma is fully aware of what's going on here.
And they'll just...
As they scan to see what direction they're coming from. Or maybe that's a Radiant scan.
That is a Radiant scan. They're checking
scan.
to see if they're up there on the triangle, but... 35-second.
I actually think that was a dire scan based on the cooldowns. It looks like they wanted to know if they're getting wrapped on from behind or from in front.
Right.
Weehaw knows they're here because of that scan.
33.
Scan.
Oh, they're going to be blocked in by the wards. That's actually a really nice play from Biver. That slows down Weehaw entirely. And the shotgun going off. 9 looking to be able to execute somebody on the back line here. He's going to be able to get a nice double astral step, but it can't be matched up here. Double silence is going out. Meanwhile, Miracle is just doing work right now. Skeeter. It just destroyed them. I thought there was no way the Miracle could just dive in while the rest of his team was focusing on 9, but I guess I'm totally wrong about that because 33, to be honest, he's not really much of a factor because he's given away 9,000 net worth.
Yep. He's actually bought the Ogre Axe. Was that a mistake? Was he trying to just buy an item before he died and he thought he had the Axe Shard gold? That might have been what happened there. As he just has a random Ogre Axe now. Huh.
Well, I gotta say,
I would say this is not what I would deem a normal Alchemist game. As I really wish I was casting this one with Cinder, no offense, Cap, because I'd love to hear what you call this game.
9 can't commit. Would have been a big ink swell, but everybody was still pretty healthy. So Tundra, yikes. This is, I just have not seen a success. I was expecting some big timing, you know, with the Aghanim Scepter and the Void Spirit. I was like, okay, he did some work with that, felt all right. And then I was thinking, okay, BKB, Ags on Troll. This is where the vision all comes together and we have this big swing of momentum and Tundra look really strong in fights, but they just don't.
They have a lot of, like, anti-heroes on Nigma, though. That's the problem. You put all your net worth on the 2 guys, and you're against Ursa, Beastmaster, Nyx Assassin, Morphling with an E-Blade. It's really hard for 2 cores to carry this game when they're the only ones with any semblance of net worth. Because at this point, Nigma can kind of just ignore everyone else. And that is a factor in how much impact carries will have later on in the game. If you feel like you can just ignore the offlaner, for instance. Like, you don't have to go on that offlane Tide or Mars because you're scared of the team fight. This Alchemist is those Ag Scepters, so by going on the Troll and going on the Void Spear, you're effectively initiating on 2 targets at once.
Look at moment that Roshan was done, immediately TP'd to the other side of the map. Kind of waited for his team just a little bit, just a few seconds for them to kind of start sweeping across to the bottom lane. Tundra does manage to retreat pretty quickly, but they still caught 1 hero.
Miracle's denying creeps with his illusions top. 33 just wants his Aghanim Shard. Let the factory pump it out. Come on now.
I mean, he's looking
Miracle,
at another
hater,
Aghanim Scepter too, but like, is a Grimstroke Ags really going to change this game?
No, it's his own Ags so that he gets 75 damage and 9% spell amp or whatever it is.
Wow. Well, a little bit of anti-synergy there, but it'll still be enough to get the kill. 33 should die, though. They are going to get a really nice bit of opening damage here onto Miracle, but never mind. Skeeter, just
SNY done.
Just, he doesn't pop his BKB and he's dead. Huh.
It's so hard to play carry against Nyx Assassin, Shadow Shaman, man. You don't pop your BKB, they land that instant disable with the Carapace or the Hex, and then you just die full to 0 and you look like a dumbass. And Skeeter, his struggles are really resonating with me in this series.
Well, I have to say, this was a very disappointing end to this game, because you know, people keep on picking this offlane Alchemist, and I don't know any better. I'm a lowly play-by-play cast. I'm expecting to do something. Maybe this is the play, right next to the tier 4s. Maybe they can actually win a fight here with the Soulbind still out. Miracle somehow is still alive, morphing into strength. He's turning around and beating down 33 because he has no items. For God's sakes, Miracle, leave him be. He's given everything he has to everybody else in the game. Just let him play a little bit. Let him use a few
you weren't
spells.
supposed to buy back here, man.
Oh my God,
Peter's
not going to use his BKB again. Oh dear, GG. Tundra. Man, I thought they had that game won. And, you know, just a little bit of